jet clipped. Hello? This is Rod Kim. Oh. These are Zumba sticks for people that don't know. I was in Zumba class. You want me to pound you? You can mention it. Rod Kim. My arm hurts. What is this? Y2K heist. What on earth does that mean? Thank you, Terry. Thanks, you guys. Sounds kind of circusy. Circus music. This is demented 90s cartoon. It's not St. Patty's Day, but I am having a great time. Coming up, you guys. Oh, Lord. I'm going to play the very first one. Or no, I'm going to play... Wait, let's see if there's any more. I really like Rod Kim. Is that it? Okay, let's do Test Your Fight again. I really like that one, and then we'll... This is the one my live started out with. Oh, I liked that. That's so much fun. All right, one more. Okay. That it? Okay, we already heard this one. Getting my cardio in. I had a stress-induced heart attack this past April. Okay, let's call it good. Turn it off. Oh, Rod Kim. That is just too cool, that music. Who's all here? People come on and they're like, what the hell's going on? Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Look at Flying Circus Act is here with LOL. Yeah, stress induced. I mean, it can be from anything and everything. Someone's mother dying, which mine was on hospice, and I didn't get a chance to see her for quite a few years because she was in Iowa and I'm here in Bellingham, 2 hours from Seattle. And this is the kind of music we listen to, you guys. Kind of funky retro. I don't even know. New Age? No, New Age was more like the 80s. Let's see. I'm trying to go all the way back. The farthest back I can get is Precercise 2.0. You all behaving now, says Martin Rowe. Hi, Martin. Martin's always in here. He's from the UK. You guys be nice to him. He will let you know if you're not behaving. Right, Martin? NGD Mining says, are you an alcoholic? I am, but, and I'm not afraid to say it, because I knew if I was drinking the way I was when I was 16 and the drinking age was 18, in Vermont, when I lived there in my 20s and stuff, and teens. I lived in Vermont, Burlington, Vermont. I was sneaking into bars and things at 16. Not a lot of them, just the Chicken Bone and one other one. And I was always hovering around the keg and couldn't get enough and this and that. And I went to Hazleton Treatment Center when I was 27. And that's in Minnesota, you know, where people go. And I didn't want to stop then. I mean, I thought I did. Cracked the back of my head open when I was walking out of a bar. Fell on the, cement. And yeah, when I came to, they were, the nurse was brushing, trigger warning, blood and the skin, whatever, out of my hair. My hair was long then. And so my mom flew down from New York, because she was in New York then, and said, now are you ready to stop drinking? And my head was pounding and it was awful, but like mentally, was I really never, right? So, you have to be ready. And I went to Hazleton Treatment Center for 2 weeks and got kicked out for fraternizing, which means talking to the opposite sex. So I met this guy that was from New York, and he was there. I mean, I met him like in passing or something. And then I met him in the cafeteria, and we never should have called each other on the phone. We were just, I mean, he was cute and all, but it's not like you don't hook up, you're on these, I mean, there's arrows like to where to go, and the place is just huge, like huge. I don't know what it's like now. That was back in the 80s. But yeah, I wasn't ready to quit then. And then finally, when I was 49, I quit. So yes, I am 63. For those of you that don't know, I'll be 64 in June. It's insanity. Like, I didn't think I'd live past the age of 40. The risks I was taking in my life, and drinking and going to parties with people I didn't know, and hitchhiking from Vermont to Montreal to see Chippendale dancers, and not alone, but still we're hitchhiking, me and 3 other girls. Just things you absolutely cannot do these days. So, yeah, I guess apparently once you're an alcoholic, and things happen in your life, you're always an alcoholic, even if you stop drinking. So I'm answering, honestly, my last day was September 21st, 2011. And I didn't just quit, I stopped. And there's a difference. And I have coins, and I've shown them on other lives. And yeah, I mean, it's nice and it's special. And of course, I don't want to lose my sober date, but I don't even think about drinking anymore. And honestly, like, as you get older, and you're, on heart meds like I am, my lisinopril and my other one, metoprolol, they're both for blood pressure. They make me a little tired. So, like, this is my exercise for today. This is it. Tomorrow I might walk around the apartment complex, or something. I usually ride my bicycle quite a bit in the summertime kind of deal. We go to parks and things, but yeah. So Cerise says Dursan Jama Albad Aliava. Welcome, you guys. Get it? Says Miffy loves love. I'm seeing some new names in here. That's nice. Do try to be respectful in chat. Well, I mean, the only way you can get really even timed out in this chat is if you're, I mean, I don't even mind like capital letters, like spamming like that. What I can't have, um, you know, because I'm on YouTube, is racist marks, right? And things like remarks and things like that. But calling me names or the B word, even, I just don't care. I've been through enough of it for, I will have had a channel 3 years in August. Nanam says, make it stop. Dursan Jamal Ababa says, what are you doing? Island Diva says, be positive, not negative. Terry Zaban says, love you. Thanks, you guys. Island Diva says she's dancing and exercising. Thus, what she's always done. Yeah, that's how I start out my lives. Martin says, hello there, Megan. Where's Waldo? 199. Get it, girl. Skylar. What the F did I just see? That's right, Diva. Liberty says, okay. And then we have, can you play a song? No, I pick my music. Like I'll type in angry or, to get an upbeat song, depending on the mood and the genre. But certain artists aren't allowed. Charlotte Fox, still super hot. Thank you. Flying Circus Act, looking great for 60 plus. Thank you. Good for you. No need to explain to us. Nothing wrong with hookups, says Martin. You're so funny. Flying Circus Axis, don't let the past define you. Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's nice to be able to go into a store and just walk right by that beer, like there's no cravings, there's no nothing, there's no wishing for it, there's no wishing I could even go to a bar and drink. I mean, I can feel today, and I'm sure that's how I handled different cyberbullying and things that I've been through in my life on here. There's Freeside. Hi, Freeside. Yeah, thanks, Martin. It is monetized. Well, thank you. Thanks so much. So I definitely missed a lot of comments, and I watched back my lives. Yesterday I tried to do this live, and it glitched out because I'm not on StreamYard. I have that for 20 hours free per month, and I've done it in the past. I'm not going to pay 35 or 45 every month just to use StreamYard when I can get free YouTube Live on here, right? So that's why it's always upright, and the coloring has a little more color to it. It's not so white, blasé, I noticed. And Martin always puts the swords up and the shields. You're such a great, kind supporter. Thank you so much. And Martin has a channel if you guys want to check him out. I'm not sure if he's going live anymore. We talked about it one other time. But anyway, so yesterday, Knights of the Realm. Wait, that's the name of your new, or is that the new name, huh? Knights of the Realm. Oh, no, you're saying that's what this is. With the shield and the thing is Knights of the Realm. I thought maybe you changed your name to that. Maybe you should change your name to that, Martin. Martin's Knights of the Realm. That's pretty catchy. It's my slogan, yeah. Cool. You can put your link in if you'd like. So yesterday it glitched? Your mods are knights. Wow, I have to lean in because I'm blind as a bat. Your mods are knights? That's really cool. Um, so it glitched out, right? It I don't think it said stream ended. It said something or other. It's done this before, but months and months ago. Then it comes back in and I can see everything and it's still going. Like I'm still live and it's the same minutes. It didn't start over at 0. So I'm like, I mean, I'm doing my live, I'm dancing away, I'm talking to you guys for an additional 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And I was like, wait, now one person is responding and there were some people in here and now there's nothing. And I was like, I think when it glitched out, I lost the channel. So I said bye to you guys, thinking maybe you guys were on here. You weren't, it was over. I didn't know it. I ended it, went back, and that's why it says yesterday's live is 25 minutes. Like it says that, but it only went 5 minutes. So it's really weird. So if that happens again, depending on where I am, I'll come back. So far, it's working. My daughter told me I should go into settings, which I forgot to do, and not reboot, but turn off the Wi-Fi and turn it back on. Yeah. So, we don't block here. We just don't. And what you guys aren't children. I'm not your mom. My mods aren't your mommies and daddies to tell you what to do. I just, I mean, I suppose if you have real big channels and you need to have some kind of control, you can just turn it to subscribers only. I've never done that, and I can't even see myself doing that. Like I just can't. My goal is 5,000, and I'm at 4,000. What the heck am I at? 4,000. Is it 300 something or 400 something? But so if you're willing to sub up to me, that'd be really cool. And I try to just bring some interesting stories that maybe you guys haven't heard of, not run of the mill that everyone else is talking about, right? Nancy Guthrie and Sebastian Rogers and Maddie Soto in the past, and those people in Canada. And it's everyone wants to kind of cover the same new thing, but you guys, it's back when my children were little, and my son is 30 now, my daughter's 22. It was 100,000 people, or children actually, that would go missing. Was it a day? Or was it a year? I want to say a day. But that's like the whole United States. That's a lot. So it's more now with the internet and parents not, assuming just because they have a phone they're safe when it can be one of the most dangerous things. My kids didn't have access to that kind of phone or internet, Instagram, or anything till they were 18. I didn't need, being a single mom, any more distractions to deal with, because that's what it would have been if my daughter had ran off into the night, if she had met someone. I mean, she's not that type, but there's friends, right, that say, oh, we're going to go here, and just tell your mom you're going here, and we're going to smoke a doobie here, and yeah, there's some older guys that want to meet us, and whatever, I mean, not that that's the end of the world, but you can get yourself, when you're a teen anyway, in some predicaments, you just can. So anyway, I'm kind of just rambling, but thank you for everyone being here. Wow, I got 36. I'm watching Survivor again with my daughter, and we're on 35, and they're in Fiji again. He's liking staying, Jeff Probst, in Fiji. And I'm just going to say you guys are out there watching on the ocean in those little kind of Chinese bass baskets. They're so cute. They look like little, um, not even wooden, like not straw, but well, I guess they are wood buckets, but they're little boats and they're really cute. So you guys are out there instead of in the bushes. I like to pick different places. So let's get into this stuff. So I picked things out. Martin puts two little fish. That's so funny. Yeah, with the fish and the manatees and the sharks. There's these black, wait, yeah, they're like golden with black tipped sharks, and they're pretty darn close to the shore. I mean, they are close to the shore. There's no other way to put it. Now, I picked out, a lot of times I'll read the People True Crime magazine story, but they basically just say it on here. One of them I might read. I'm hitting history, and here we go. So, who heard of the two Texas women that got arrested in Louisiana after allegedly smuggling drugs into fake looking, real looking black plastic crows? Not kidding. And this was just how many days ago? I think it was 4 days ago or so. You'll knight me if I'm good. Oh my goodness. I'll be good for you, Martin. Yes, knight me. I'm a knightess. Is there such word as a knightess? Or I'm just a knight? A female knight. Is it a different name? Now, these women took a drone to drop these drugs and smuggled phones and something else. Now I can't remember. Into this black tape that's wrapped around these fake black crows that dropped them on the prison grounds. Prison, not even just jail. And they were told they would get $40,000 each. Well, they got caught somehow, some way. I don't know how long they got away with it. But now they're in prison. So here's the story, you guys, on here. I mean, when I read this, I was like, what in the heck? And this is how I do it. I don't have some incredible, setup like many people, but it's been working so far.
Two Texas women were arrested after authorities say they tried to smuggle drugs, cell phones, and tobacco into a federal prison in Louisiana. According to authorities, the women used a drone and plastic crow decoys to smuggle the items. The two women admitted to investigators that they were promised $40,000 to deliver the contraband. The women now face multiple charges, including possession of drugs with intent to distribute and taking contraband into a penal institution.
And there's the bird. I mean, the fake bird. Let me make it bigger. I have essential tremors. Look at this. I mean, look at that. There's the beak, the eye. All wrapped up with this like black tape. Isn't that something? I mean, in a way, it's kind of an ingenious idea. I mean, I shouldn't even say that, really. It's terrible. But I mean, with a drone and everything, yeah. So I wanted to show that. And of course, it's only, what, 37 seconds long? And I couldn't find one on this story that was longer. So I'm thinking, because it was so incredibly short, that I should read the article. While Tulip cries outside the door, but she might knock something down. You're okay, Tulip. All right. Baby, baby. All right, so I'm going to read this story, see if there's a little more to it. Okay, so it probably would have been 20,000 apiece because it says again the women allegedly admitted they were paid 40,000 to smuggle the items. What a bummer. Okay, so it says 2 Texas women have been arrested on accusations of using a drone and plastic crow decoys to smuggle contraband into a Louisiana federal prison. Authorities say the women filled the crows with drugs, cell phones, and tobacco and dropped them onto prison grounds. Okay, so Monday, March 9th, news release. The Grant Parish Sheriff's Office confirmed they'd arrested Melanie Jean Worthington, 38, and Cassie Marie Cole, 41, both from Texas. Wow. After getting the crows in the air, they were allegedly dropping them from the drone into the grounds of the prison. These women, or no, Worthington from Joshua, Texas, was arrested on charges of possession of METH and the intent to distribute, possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute, and taking contraband into a penal institution. Okay, that one is her. The other lady, Worthington from Joshua, Texas, was arrested on charges of, oh no, I just read that one. Cole from Hurst, Texas, was arrested on charges of possession of synthetic marijuana with intent to distribute, possession of METH with intent to distribute, taking contraband into a penal institution, and an outstanding warrant. It was not immediately clear how authorities were tipped off about the women, nor is it clear who allegedly hired them. Both Grant and Hurst are based more than 5 hours away from the prison complex. So they lived 5 hours away. Wow. People magazine has reached out to the Grant Parish Sheriff's Office for further information about the arrest, but did not immediately receive a response. So I want to stay on top of this. Find out, right? Which inmates in there, or it could have been, right? It could have been guards, right? I hear guards are pretty shady in those places. I've never been to prison. I spent one night in jail when I was 26 or 27. And then I was released the next day, and that was for being intoxicated and trying to use the phone and couldn't remember my address. I mean, I wasn't hurting anybody. I wasn't doing anything wrong, but the cab people, basically did that to me. So now, this other one that's pretty sad. is a father and daughter. You probably heard of this.
Tonight on a crime that left a Memphis father and daughter dead and has family members waiting for answers and justice. Manola County deputies found 42-year-old Victor Gonzalez and his daughter, 19-year-old Serenity Gonzalez, dead from gunshot wounds Sunday morning on a rural river road. They're calling us a double homicide. WREG's Mike Sirianni spoke with a family member who believes the pair was ambushed.
Here on River Road in Panola County, there's very little that remains of the crime scene where a Memphis father and daughter died. There are muddy tire tracks, there are bits of broken glass, but there are many questions about who killed Victor and Serenity Gonzalez and why.
If I was to ask a question, it would honestly be why. Like, all of this, it doesn't make any sense.
Jesse Waterman, biological son of Victor Gonzalez and younger brother of Serenity Gonzalez, telling your news leader the pair, both electricians, were reportedly last seen on a job site Friday.
They were working on 2 houses that day, and they were going to eat, and then after that, they were going to pick up the PS5 from Facebook Marketplace.
He doesn't know who Victor and Serenity were going to meet to buy a PlayStation 5, why they ended up on River Road in Panola County, where they were found dead from gunshots Sunday morning. But Waterman says the pair were in a white van with all their work gear, and an investigator told a family member tire tracks at the scene may have indicated the pair were trying to flee.
Because normally they don't have mud and stuff like that on the van, and on the sides we were told that it looks like they were trying to flee from the scene.
Panola County Sheriff Shane Phelps declined to comment on whether the victims were fleeing from someone or whether the pair was set up or if they were robbed. Phelps saying this is an active investigation. Waterman says all family members can do now is cope with the loss of 2 people who had no enemies.
Everybody is in shock and disbelief, but we're also grieving at the same time because it all happened all of a sudden.
For your news leader in Panola County, Mike Sirianni, WREG News Channel 3.
Family will get answers soon. And if you plan on making a purchase from Facebook Marketplace, authorities advise you to meet in a public place, bring a friend, and meet in a well-lit area frequented by police patrols.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me wonder. I'm going to bring this over here for a minute. Has anybody heard either of these stories? And then I have one more. Has anyone heard any of these? Curtains match the carpet. Little Sparky. No, I don't have curtains. That's a blanket. What I have... Okay, let me turn this around. See, it's a dark blue blanket because it's dark. And I have these blinds. See, these blinds that go up and down. Yeah. Okay. We thank you. Hi, Megan. Hola, Freeside. ¿Cómo estás? That means, how are you? Hey, Martin. Knights of the Realm. It's my slogan. My mods are knights. It was my birthday yesterday, says Lisa Welsh. Happy birthday, hon. Happy belated birthday. Pisces. Happy birthday, Lisa. My birthday is next Tuesday. On St. Paddy's Day? Really, Martin? Wow. Wow. I'm thinking of doing some kind of fun dancing in green on that day. So hopefully you can make it in if I can get the live done earlier that day, because you're 8 or 9 hours later than me. Audio problem static, says No Noms. Is that happening now? I hope everything's okay. I didn't even, oops, I didn't even, oh no. Oh, I see when I was talking about it. Okay. Hi, the real gypsy soul. Hi, hun. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Lady instead of sir. Oh, okay. So it's lady of the night, or not lady of the night. Boy. Lady night. How else are they meant to get? Oh, yeah, drugs and phones. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, please, with the laugh emoji, they should just sell them in there. It wouldn't be contraband if they just allowed it. Another laugh emoji. You're funny, Martin. Behave Sparky, says Martin. Little Sparky says never. Martin, you'll be 50? Wow. My lady friend did all black for me. Cake with gummy worms and this dirt frosting. And when I turned 50, black balloons, black tablecloth, because they say it's downhill from there. But no, it's not. Lady of the night. Is that a Freudian slip? Or nah, it's not even called a Freudian slip. It's just the wrong remark. Okay, so has anyone heard of these stories? I think they were set up with a PlayStation. And maybe, I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, what were they told? Oh, we live out in the country, follow us here. And then they pull over. No, they probably literally said, meet us in the country. And they assumed because it was still light out. Isn't it kind of light at 6 o'clock that they'd be safe? You know, I guess to sell anything these days, I mean, I've heard you should meet at a like police station parking lot. I've never trusted those things, but I'm not a trusting person with just, anything anyway. Um, selling stuff or what, all that stuff. What about that weirdo, that guy that was on, what was he called? The Craigslist killer or whatever. Um, and he was young and everything. Didn't he kill more than one woman? I don't know. It's just depressing. All right. You're going to survive. Tulip, you're going to survive. You'll be okay. So now I'm going to bring up my other story, which you guys have probably heard of. This was a couple of weeks ago. And I wanted to cover it then, but we were getting carpet put in, and I had to get up really early and deal with be here for the worker and answer questions. And we had to move everything out of the living room over, in this little area by the kitchen. You're okay. You're okay, aren't you? Now, this one has to do with the Koberger situation, right? Now, I didn't know this.
In the unsolved murders of 4 University of Idaho students, a professor at the school is now suing a TikTok creator for defamation. She says that creator has accused her of being involved in the killings.
Okay, this is when apparently it was unsolved, which I didn't even catch when I listened to this the other day. But this is when it was unsolved, right? And people didn't know that that it was Koberger.
lawsuit says the creator has published dozens of videos tarnishing the professor's reputation. NBC's Steve Patterson has more.
Tonight, a TikTok creator facing a defamation lawsuit surrounding the unsolved murders in Moscow, Idaho.
Oh my God. Rebecca is suing me.
Rebecca Schofield, a University of Idaho professor, is suing TikTok creator Ashley Gillard.
I'm not stopping, so let's just start there.
Alleging Gillard has wrongfully accused her of ordering the killings of 4 University of Idaho students last month.
Well, Rebecca Schofield, the one who murdered the 4 Idaho college students, see my videos.
Gillard, who claims to solve high-profile murders by using tarot cards and by performing other readings, started to post videos naming the professor as the killer in late November, but authorities have yet to name any suspects in the case. The lawsuit denies all the allegations, says Schofield was not in the state at the time of the murders, and that she did not know any of the victims.
Professor Schofield doesn't have to solve the mystery of who killed these students. Instead, she only has to prove that she did not. Modern technology makes it relatively easy to track exactly where she was on the night of the murders.
The lawsuit highlights the potentially harmful speculation around the quadruple homicide. I spoke with Moscow Police Chief James Fry last week.
I think rumors always hurt us in an investigation, but it's our job to go back and utilize our resources and to continue to vet those and make sure that all that information is still cataloged so that we have it.
They have a rumor control section of their website around this case, telling us they are aware of the lawsuit, but they are not commenting further at this time. In over 80 TikToks on the topic, Gillard has named Schofield as a co-killer and has accused her of hiring another student to execute the murders, amassing millions of views and likes. Schofield's lawyer told us she sent 2 cease and desist letters asking the creator to take down her videos.
If they really think I'm making false statements, they will need to file actual legal documents in a federal court.
Schofield's lawyer saying this lawsuit became necessary to protect Professor Schofield's safety and her reputation. Since filing the lawsuit, Gillard has continued to post to TikTok.
Now Rebecca is going to be added to the list of regretful people.
Alleging Schofield's involvement in the tragic killings. Despite defamation being a difficult suit to win, if the allegations in the complaint are true, our legal expert believes Schofield has a good chance.
The odds that Professor Schofield will win this lawsuit are 99.9999999%.
And Steve Patterson joins us now from Los Angeles. So, Steve, what more do we know about the burden of proof for a defamation case like this?
Yeah, look, Aaron, our legal expert tells us even if only 5 people had seen that TikTok, that's more than enough eyes to bring a defamation case. In fact, as long as just one other person sees the alleged defamatory comment, it meets the standard. And this, of course, has a far wider reach than that. The lawsuit does not list a dollar amount for damages being sought, just compensatory and punitive to be proved at trial, along with attorney fees. We also reached out to TikTok, by the way, for comment. They haven't responded yet.
Of course not.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel.
Okay,
Follow
so-
today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.
All right, so now after showing that, because I wasn't aware of this at all, and I followed the Kohberger thing, right? Brian Kohberger admitted to slaughtering, because that's what he did, those 4 college students in Moscow, Idaho. Do I honestly think he acted alone? No, that lookout guy that was right behind them, and then they left, and he ran after him. I mean, I don't know. It just seems suspicious to me. So I needed to show that to put some context to this story. Tulip, if I let you in, I gotta let the other kittens in, I think. I'll let you in after, okay? Hang on a minute. So it's right here. So this came in the other day. And look at this. Wait, you can't read it because it's backwards from one iPad to another. Tarot reading influencer ordered to pay $10 million in damages for falsely accusing the professor in University of Idaho murders. Maybe you should have thought twice. And by her constantly doing it, even after being sent 2 cease and desist letters, like I didn't know these details. So I'm going to read this. All right. It says, a federal judge ruled in 2024 that influencer Ashley Gillard's statements were defamatory and based only on her spiritual intuition about the murders. An influencer has been ordered to pay $10 million in damages to an Idaho professor for falsely claiming she was involved in the 2022 murders of 4 University of Idaho students. On Friday, February 27th, a federal jury ordered content creator Ashley Gillard, known online for theorizing about high-profile unsolved murders, sometimes by consulting tarot cards, to pay University of Idaho professor Rebecca Schofield $10 million in damages for her claims. According to the initial complaint filed by Schofield against Gillard in December 2022, the content creator made a series of posts on TikTok in November 2022, claiming that Schofield was responsible for the murders of 4 University of Idaho students, the gripping case in which her videos, Gillard also allegedly implied or directly stated that Schofield had been involved in a romantic relationship. Are you kidding me? With one of the murder victims? Are you kidding me? He didn't just say that on the news, right? That's something new. This is the first time that I've read this. I just read the title, so I'm hearing it with you guys. Oh, good grief. The complaint went on to say that Schofield sent Gillard several cease and desist letters, though the content creator continued to post videos claiming that Schofield had orchestrated the murders after the student threatened to make their relationship public. Oh my gosh. In a June 6, 2024 order, a federal judge sided with Schofield, ruling that the internet personality statements were defamatory and based only on her spiritual intuition about the murders, not any objective basis. The judge also noted that Gillard's social media posts continued even after the Moscow Police Department issued a press release in December 2022, stating that Schofield was not a suspect in the murder investigation. During the federal trial last week, so a week before the 27th, the middle of February, so a good month ago this happened, the jurors heard testimony about how accusations made online can affect one's reputation in the workforce, even when the allegations are later disproven. Okay, so to all you creators out there, and you know who you are, whether it's one person or a bunch, making accusations and saying it's only your opinion, but then repeating it so much, like, do you know what I mean? Like repeating it on every show, or trying to get other people to believe you by saying things like you're always right, and this kind of deal. It's wrong, and it is defamation. Now, I was saying a few weeks ago, because I haven't done a live in a little while, because I've been busy with important phone calls and the carpeting being put in and this kind of deal, because even though my kids are grown, we all live here together. And I mean, my daughter could do laundry, but I do it. I mean, she helps and stuff, but I mostly do it. But she helps vacuum and bring garbage down and things like that. But I do most of the cooking and stuff like that. So I'm busy. I'm not sitting on my ass just strolling through different people's programs. Like I'm not. I don't have time. I'm a single mom, and I always have been. Well, not always. Since Parker was 5, and then I met Shaylin's father, had Shaylin when I was 41, and we were together 8 years. Before that, Parker's dad and I were together 15. And then I've had a couple of boyfriends long term after the divorce, Dennis and Darren. And now I'm single, and I'm really okay with it. Darren came back in my life, but I mean, he was so freaked out, traumatized by his past relationship that he was in, and it was extremely controlling. He wouldn't even let me, even though we were being exclusive for those 2 months, and were when we were together for 8 years, because I told him up front, that's what I want. I'm not going to be sharing you, Even then, I was like, well, I'm your girlfriend now. Can I call you my boyfriend? He didn't want that. And I said, well, are you like waiting for the day to just leave me again, and then just like so I won't be hurt or something again? And he's like, no, I don't want to be with anyone but you, and you make me happy and all this, but just the word boyfriend freaked him out. And I could have kept dating him and seeing him, and he could have bought me stuff for my house, so I could have used him, for toiletries. But I'm not a user. I don't do that. I don't use people for their money or anything. I've never been into all that plastic, taking people's cards and just using them. I've never ever done that. And we stopped communicating. I mean, he didn't want me to. He left me a message. But I knew if I called, even as like kind of a friend, I would have weaseled my way back into having all those feelings again, because they were coming back after we broke up and got back together again. But I don't want to feel a certain way about a situation. I'm too grown for that, frankly. So anyway, back to this. So we need to be careful, all of us, of who we say what about anything. Because, I mean, a lot of people, creators actually, were judging Susanna Guthrie, right, for not sending that $4 million, I guess they asked for in the beginning, out right away. But she was told by the FBI and all of them, you'll get too many fake tips and leads and this and that. This isn't the time. And she was judged by that. And then she was judged by putting $1 million ransom, or not ransom, thing that you can get out too late. A good 2 weeks later, she was judged by that. And so she's constantly being judged, and she just wants her mother back. And finally, there's some creators out there that are giving her some grace. I mean, I'm just going to say it. I'm not talking about who or anything, but they're literally saying, let's not judge, let's not judge. Well, I was judging too. I totally felt it was that Luke guy. And I still feel like it is because his eyebrows, his dark brown eyes, the mustache, I mean, it just, and him living close by and his reputation in the past, I have been feeling just like other creators out there for months. Well, since his name came up and they showed him, and they showed his interview, he was extremely nervous. And the guy, what I did notice is the guy that they're showing on someone else's camera that turned around, bent over, not the one with the gloves on and the who we, that was at Nancy, someone else's house. He turned like this and he turned around, he tried to cover the camera. That guy, as I'm sure you've all noticed, on the right side of his neck, he's covered in tattoos. And that guy's face looked a lot to me like Luke. And that's why I think more than just the nervousness in his interview with his mother, he had a jacket on. His neck was covered. It wasn't even just his arms. And so I do think that they're going to catch the person, though, no matter what they are, with all the surveillance and all the people drinking and talking eventually, and someone saying something and then can get them wired up to hear more. The person will be caught, but it's just a matter of time, and time takes time, right? So, and again, I don't know if it's this Luke Daly person, but I'm thinking it is, and I've thought that for a while. So that's the thing. Even when allegations are later disproven, online accusations can ruin someone's reputation in the workforce, in their lives. We don't know how bad it can get. We only hear what is posted or told to us. So on Friday, February 27th, the jury ordered Gillard to pay Schofield $6.5 million in damages for the allegations related to the University of Idaho murders and $3.5 million for false statements about an inappropriate relationship with a student. Wow. The $10 million verdict reinforces the judge's decision and sends the clear message that false statements online have consequences in the real world for real people and are unacceptable in our community. And that's what Schofield said in a statement after the verdict was read. That's what she said. The false statements online have consequences in the real world for real people. So the murders of the 4 students on November 13, 2022 was the darkest chapter in our university's history, she says. She said today's decision shows that respect and care should always be granted to victims during these tragedies. And I'm going to add grace. Respect, care, and grace. Give them some damn grace. I mean, geez. Now, do I want to judge a little bit the fact that her mom, Nancy Guthrie was, I'm sure you guys saw it on Everything Under the Sun, was showing how to make a bed and fold the corners tight and all this 13 years ago. First of all, how do we know the bedroom wasn't changed around since then? It bothered me when Megyn Kelly, who I just think is the biggest drip in the world, she just bugs me. She bugs me at her pretentious attitude online and her rudeness to other creators like that one man. I don't know. She just annoys me. She's like, oh, now we know where the nightstand was. And now 13 years ago. Okay, maybe she moved the little table to the other side. Maybe her bed wasn't right by the window. Okay, we don't know. Everyone assumes stuff on the internet. They assume just because there's, cameras in there and she's making her bed 13 years ago. I mean, that's a while ago, And, she was 71. She looked like she was in her 60s. She looked really healthy and really pretty good. But I wonder, with that being blasted all over the internet, and I'm pretty sure first on Megyn Kelly's, I mean, she acts like she cares. This is the thing, you guys. She says in one breath, oh, I met Savannah Guthrie back in blah, 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 and I'm good friends with her and blah, blah, blah. But yes, she has to blast showing her mother making the bed that everyone thought would be okay, right? Apparently she had to get up at 3 a.m, Idaho or Arizona time, compared to, New York time, which, is 6 hours later. And I saw it, and I mean, even if you want to judge a little bit, why would somebody have their mom show their bedroom and everything? You don't have to just voice it on your programs. That's what I don't like. Use a little restraint. At times, some of these creators, they don't have any restraint. And then another gal that was on the Today Show with brown hair, not Hoda. Apparently, Hoda had her mother on that program in the past, and then someone else. So they feel so comfortable, right, with their audiences and their fans. They want them to get to know their family. Who are we to judge? I mean, I probably would have done the same thing. Maybe not, shown my mom's bedroom or something, but I don't think we should assume that just because that was shown 13 years ago that, oh, that's how they can get in there, got into her bedroom. We still don't know what's going on. What we do know is the very first day, Nano said it's a homicide. So that means there was clearly, I would think, a lot of blood, either in one room or around the house. So, to think that she's alive, no. And yeah, there are miracles out there, but let's be real. There's just no way after all that. And the whole thing's really sad, and we're all still watching it and everything. But, we got to be careful in respect to this. This woman won $10 million. So you creators out there don't want to get sued for pushing your narrative. It's fine to have a narrative and to say things, but pushing it, I don't think is really okay. Then it says, in a 21-part series of TikToks posted on March 2nd and March 3rd, Gillard responded to the verdict, disputing the jury's ruling and calling it unfair and ridiculous. That was Ashley Gillard's response. In a statement to People magazine, Gillard claimed that the verdict does not reflect the evidence and disputed the impartiality of several members of the jury. She indicated she might try to appeal the ruling. Well, good luck with that. You know, I mean, it's one thing to hurt someone, but it's another to keep it going, right? Like she did. She got letters, a cease and desist. The police cleared Schofield's name, and she still kept at it. And not only just talking about it or writing it on Facebook to a friend, she kept making TikToks. I think she deserved what she got. All right, you guys. Let me see who's here. If there's anybody new. My mic is crackling, says Dodie. Hi, Dodie. I've seen you in here before. Is it now? Oh my goodness. MS0426. Boo with a smiley face. Hi, hun. Hope you and your son are doing well. Oh Lord. Did it go wanky again? Can somebody, just so I can have peace of mind, say something in chat really quick? And then I'll know if, because I'm going to end my live. Did this go out again? Is anybody in chat? All right. Thanks to the people in the little Chinese boats out in the ocean off the coast of Fiji. Thank you to all the new people that came in and just said hi or just popped in. Oh, nice. Hi, Sidekick. Oh, good. You guys are still here? Oh, good. Vacuum out the inside. Well, mine's an iPad. I don't want to take it apart. My son did that with an Xbox way back ago, but I could. The microphone is on the bottom because watch when I turn it. See what happens? So it has to be this way, but normally, even with the microphones on the bottom, it's okay. So I'll hear back. Hopefully it didn't happen too long. Thanks everyone for being here. I'm going to try to do a live each day. I always say that, but I just got really, really busy. But things have mellowed out a lot here. And I hope you like my Seattle t-shirt. S-E-A. See? Where's the T? Oh. T. S-E-A. Oh, okay. S-E-A. T with the gosh darn it, the needle. L-E. Yeah. All right. Love you guys. If you're willing to support the channel in any way, I'm trying to get to my threshold of 100. If you want to become a member or anything, that'd be greatly appreciated. So yeah, I have little super chats and those kinds of things, and a member is $3.99 a month, but that's what YouTube told me to do, so I did that. I tried to change it the other day. I tried to get into Studio, change it to $2.99, and I'm telling you the truth, I wasn't able to. Like I did the edit, I did the little pencil, and it wouldn't let me get in the thing and do it. So maybe I have to wait a certain date. I don't quite understand it. But yeah. And I have a Cash App and PayPal. My Cash App, I don't know if Martin wants to put it in chat, or not, or if he even knows it. Let's see. My Cash App is $papercut Tina, and my PayPal is at Dakota Dame, DAME 0627, if you want to tip your hostess. All right, bye, you guys. Love you guys so much. Have a great day.